Suffering for love? Find out what's really going on. Have you ever felt stuck with someone, even though you know that this relationship is bad for you? That feeling of emptiness, fear of being alone, and emotional dependence can turn love into a prison. The good news is that psychology explains exactly why this happens and how it is possible to break free without losing the ability to love. Imagine being able to look at yourself, understand your fears, integrate your shadows, and reconnect with your worth, without depending on another to feel complete. This is where true emotional freedom begins, letting go without resentment, loving without chains, and building conscious relationships. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore step by step how to differentiate attachment from love, heal the inner self, and achieve emotional self-sufficiency. Get ready to transform pain into learning, independence into conscious choices, living love in a full and healthy way. The first step to breaking free from someone is to understand the fine line between love and emotional attachment. We often confuse what we feel. We think it's love, but it's actually fear of being alone or emotional dependence. This attachment binds us, generates anxiety, and prevents us from experiencing true love, which is light, free, and unfettered. When we get attached, we start to measure love by how much we need the other, and not by how much we choose to share life with them. Attachment arises from inner emptiness, from the feeling that something is missing in ourselves. Genuine love, on the other hand, is born from the recognition that we are complete, but we choose to share our fullness with someone. A practical example: if you feel like you can't go a day without checking messages or calls, you're probably trapped by attachment. True love allows for space, trust, and respect for each other's time and freedom. Learning to differentiate these sensations is the first step towards emotional freedom and inner healing. Believing that we need someone to feel complete is a classic trap of the affective mind. The illusion of necessity makes us look outside for what is missing within us, reinforcing emotional dependence and the fear of being alone. This thought creates an invisible prison, where we confuse companionship with salvation, and attachment with true love. Notice when we feel that without that person life loses meaning, we are being guided by the inner emptiness, and not by the heart. It's like trying to fill a leaky glass. No matter how hard we try to reach outside, it will never be enough. Inner healing and self-sufficiency begin precisely when we recognize this fallacy and stop placing our happiness in the other. A simple exercise: spend a few hours doing something you love alone, whether it's reading, walking, or meditating, and watch as your world doesn't fall apart. This practice helps to realize that the need of the other does not define their value or their right to conscious love. Emotional anxiety is a clear sign of attachment. Insomnia, obsessive thoughts, constant checking of messages, and even that butterflies in the stomach that seems to have no end. These symptoms appear when we confuse fear with love, and the mind clings to the other in an attempt to fill the inner emptiness. Recognizing these signs is essential to start the process of conscious detachment. Often, we find ourselves ruminating about what the other is doing, trying to guess intentions or looking for guarantees of affection. This behavior is not love, it is emotional dependence in action. The more we get attached, the more we lose our autonomy, and the more we distance ourselves from self-sufficiency and emotional freedom. A practical step: try simple breathing techniques or daily meditation to calm the mind. Every moment you connect with yourself, instead of chasing after the other, strengthens your individuation and brings you closer to true love, one that doesn't need drama, demand, or control. When we become emotionally attached, we often begin to shape our life to please the other, ignoring our own desires and values. It is the famous projection: we put in the other what we want him to be, or we seek in the partner the validation that we lack internally. This behavior leads to loss of identity and increases emotional dependence. It is common to hear people saying, "I would do anything for him or her," but in fact they are sacrificing their very essence to maintain the illusion of love. By denying who we are, we feed inner emptiness and reinforce unconscious patterns that keep us trapped in attachment and fear of being alone. One way to regain your authenticity is to list your own passions, boundaries, and goals and start practicing them guilt-free. Small steps of autonomy, such as deciding what to eat, where to go, or how to spend your time, strengthen individuation and set the stage for mindful relationships, based on choice rather than need. Individuation, according to Jungian psychology, is the process of integrating all parts of oneself to become complete and authentic. In practical terms, it means recognizing our shadows, talents, desires, and fears, without depending on the other to validate who we are. It is the path to relationships free of emotional attachment and based on true love. Many people confuse intimacy with fusion. They think that the more they mix with each other, the more they love. In fact, individuation teaches that it is possible to love deeply without losing one's identity. The more we know and accept ourselves, the less need we feel to fill the inner void with another person. A useful exercise: set aside moments of daily reflection, writing about feelings and decisions. Observe patterns, fears, and dreams. This strengthens self-sufficiency, helps integrate shadow, and sets the stage for conscious bonding, where choice and emotional freedom prevail over attachment and dependence. Inner emptiness is the root of emotional attachment. When we feel that something is missing within us, we seek outside, in the other, a sense of completeness that will never be true. This mechanism generates anxiety, obsession, and dependence, confusing fear with love. Recognizing this emptiness is the first step to healing the inner self and gaining emotional freedom. Too often, we spend our lives seeking external validation, praise, constant presence, or assurances of affection, trying to fill this invisible hole. The paradox is that the more we look outside, the more it manifests itself. Inner healing happens when we turn our attention inward, cultivating self-sufficiency and self-worth. A recommended practice: meditation, journaling, or hobbies that bring pleasure just for you. Each moment dedicated to oneself fills the inner emptiness in a healthy way, strengthens individuation, and creates space for conscious relationships, where love is choice and not necessity. Detachment does not mean ceasing to love. It means letting go without losing respect and affection for the other. Conscious detachment arises when we understand that emotional dependence and attachment are born of fear and inner emptiness, and not true love. It is a process of liberation that transforms suffering into growth. In practice, detachment requires self-perception, noticing when you are acting out of necessity or choice. For example, if you feel like calling just to feel safe, it's attachment. If you call to share something genuinely, it's conscious love. This daily exercise strengthens autonomy and brings you closer to emotional freedom. A simple step to get started: set healthy boundaries, respect your time and space, and engage in activities that fulfill you from the inside out. Thus, detachment ceases to be pain and becomes a tool for inner healing, allowing relationships based on authenticity and choice, and not on lack. The healing of the inner self begins when we reconnect with our own worth and learn to complete ourselves. It is looking inside and recognizing that we do not need the other to feel fullness, reducing emotional dependence and strengthening self-sufficiency. This process is essential to transform attachment into true love. A concrete step is to dedicate time to activities that nourish your essence: reading, writing, playing sports, or meditation. Each moment of presence with oneself strengthens individuation and helps to identify patterns of behavior that previously went unnoticed. The more we know ourselves, the more emotional freedom we gain. It is also important to confront the fear of being alone, accepting that moments of solitude are not empty, but opportunities for growth. By integrating these experiences, we begin to realize that conscious relationships arise naturally, based on choice and complementarity, rather than on need or attachment. Many people confuse drama and crises with proof of love. Intensity can even generate emotion, but it is not synonymous with true love. Emotional attachment often manifests itself in chaotic relationships, where every disagreement is felt like a catastrophe, and the inner emptiness seems even greater. Authentic love is serene and consistent, even in difficult times. It doesn't need dramatic scenes to exist. It is born from the choice to share life without chains. Realizing this difference helps avoid emotional dependency traps and strengthens emotional freedom, allowing relationships based on respect and trust. A helpful exercise: look at your past relationships and identify moments of intense conflict versus moments of genuine connection. Reflect on which experiences brought growth and which only fueled attachment. This awareness is an important step towards individuation and cultivating healthy and conscious bonds. Our shadow holds repressed parts, fears, and desires that we often project onto the other, causing attachment and conflicts. To integrate it is to recognize these facets without judgment, understanding that they are part of our being. The same goes for animus, the internal energies that balance our psyche and influence our relationships. By dealing with the shadow, we stop blaming the other for our repetitive feelings and patterns. This gives us emotional autonomy, strengthening individuation and the ability to love without depending on or suffocating. Self-sufficiency is not coldness, it is emotional maturity that allows conscious bonds. A practical exercise: observe intense reactions and ask yourself, is this mine or the other's? Write about repressed feelings or aspects that we reject in ourselves. Small steps of self-knowledge help to integrate the shadow, balance internal energies and create space for true love. Free from attachment and neediness. Conscious relationships are born of choice and not of necessity. When we free ourselves from emotional attachment and inner emptiness, we can build bonds based on complementarity and freedom, where each person contributes with their fullness without demanding fulfillment from the other. These bonds respect limits, promote open dialogue, and strengthen the autonomy of each one. True love does not stifle or create dependence, it celebrates the presence of the other while maintaining the authenticity and integrity of each individual. To practice, set clear boundaries and notice how you feel when you say no or I need space. You will notice that healthy relationships flourish when there is mutual respect, conscious choices, and emotional freedom, not drama, possessiveness, or attachment. Emotional freedom is the result of the entire process of self-knowledge, detachment, and inner healing. To love without chains means to choose to be with someone out of affinity, not out of fear or neediness. This conscious love arises when we recognize our own completeness and respect that of the other. To live emotional freedom is to realize that moments of solitude are not punishment, but opportunities for growth. It is feeling fullness alone and still wanting to share your life with someone in a light, authentic way and without unrealistic expectations. Point 1. Final exercise: practice being grateful for your own company on a daily basis, cultivating self-love and self-reliance. The more we love each other, the less we depend on each other and the more we build conscious relationships, where attachment is replaced by choice and mutual respect. Now that you have understood the difference between attachment and true love, realize the importance of individuation and inner healing, it is time to put everything into practice. Ask yourself, am I looking for in the other what is missing in me, or am I ready to share my fullness? Think about small daily actions: setting aside moments for yourself, writing about feelings, setting boundaries, and practicing gratitude for your own company. Each step strengthens your self-sufficiency and brings you closer to conscious relationships, where choice and love coexist without need or drama. And hey, race an invitation: start observing your emotional patterns today, face your shadows, and celebrate every step toward emotional freedom. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and follow content that helps you love consciously, live fully, and let go without fear.